As concerns over the safety of the sport of football continue to mount, so do all kinds of studies that are aimed at making the game safer. Here in South Dakota, high school players on the #1 team in the state's largest class are taking part in 2 different research projects for Sanford Health that will provide new data for teams across the nation. John Gaskins was at practice today and is here tonight with our top story. John.
Andrea, some of the top players for the Harrisburg Tigers are wearing devices that pump out all kinds of statistics based on their movements. Yes, that data could help make the game safer. What the players and their coach like is how it makes them better. It isn't quite the rush the Harrisburg Tigers get around kickoff time on Friday nights, but Monday at 3 p.m. before practice has become a highly anticipated time every week.
Usually when you get to 2, everybody starts thinking, oh, we got lifts. Oh, I want to go see that thing on the board.
That thing in the high school's weight room is a list of stats from last Friday's game. It's not things like how many yards they gained or tackles they made, but metrics like top-end speed.
It's high energy. Everybody's looking to see how fast they were going, see if they beat their friend the week before.
Do you have a favorite metric of any sort that you like to look at?
I like the speed. Yeah, see how fast I ran during game.
For 35 Tigers, that speed is tracked by a light GPS device placed in a light vest underneath their pads.
They're seamless there now. They're not a distraction. They just really help us kind of meet our goals.
It also tracks things like sweat levels and distance covered every practice and every game. In other words, it tracks how hard they're working.
Usable data that's going to not only help their performance, but also to reduce injuries as well.
The head coach says it's made a huge difference.
Game planning has been the biggest thing, and then making sure we got our studs ready to go on Friday night, and they're not, we didn't overload them early in the week, so they're not fresh on game days.
And that leads to the bigger picture. The technology answers a major question every coach agonizes over every season.
We keeping track of these kids in the right way to make sure that they're staying healthy, and because we need them down the stretch in AAA football to make a playoff run.
A competitive advantage, no doubt, but the Tigers were a powerhouse before they teamed up with Sanford to wear these vests 3 years ago.
So they can take a measurement every time the foot strikes the ground.
This year, 10 players are wearing another gadget, a GPS data card that slips into an insole in their shoes, part of an entirely different project.
And the overarching goal of this study is to really understand how field surfaces influence athletic performance and injuries.
Harrisburg is working with the Smart Team project, funded by Field Turf, the company that makes thousands of artificial grass-like surfaces that millions play on, from the preps here in South Dakota to the pros.
We're collecting novel data that's never been collected before on a football field, not in high school, or not at any level of football. So we have the opportunity to make discoveries that have never been made in the sport of football. So that's what's really exciting.
Now, because the Field Turf study is brand new, they haven't drawn any conclusions from the data just yet, but those findings will be important. The debate in the football world has been growing hot and heavy about how well Field Turf prevents injuries, particularly brain injuries, compared to grass.